we're here at the MK11 reveal. I think right now it's kind of fun because everyone's doing the 10-year flashback of what they look like and now how they look now. What do you think about the 10-year flashback of where Mortal Kombat was 10 years ago and what you saw today?
Yeah, just the other day I was thinking I should find whatever game we released 10 years ago, put a Scorpion up there and put him up MK11 Scorpion. It's been amazing. It's been 26 years. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how the culmination of all this stuff with everybody showing up here. I was always, wondering, are people gonna dig it? Are people gonna, you always have that kind of butterfly thing when you put something out there, and the response was in a good way ridiculous.
You were just telling me you were kind of honestly overwhelmed by the response.
I was. I like standing on stage and all that, and everybody's kind of like I literally had to kind of reorientate myself of okay, where am I, and this is awesome and stuff, but it was literally overwhelming.
I think as a fan who obviously loves the series, who owns a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine, it's exciting just as, it's always hard sometimes. You're like, how is a company, how are you going to top what you did last year? And you guys absolutely topped it. I mean, what drives you? Because I know of you, of all people, you've always thrown new elements, new gameplay things, new visuals, but you've always tried to really one-up the next game. But does it get exhausting, or what drives you in that way?
Well, I guess an important element to remember is that there's 200 guys in our studio, all of which some of us have been working together 20 years. Some people are were just barely born when Mortal Kombat came out, and so we have new ideas, new fresh perspectives from people who are in a different generation, certainly than me, and so they come with a perspective that is just totally different from mine. And so we combine everybody's ideas. Our studio is a huge collaborative effort, and so there's a whole team working on story, a whole team working on the graphics and the visuals, keeping that up, the whole team working on gameplay and the user interface, tech. It's all synergy.
Yeah. The other thing is, we know how notorious historically the franchise has been about Easter eggs and secrets, and I mean, even just with the gameplay demo that notorious #1 troll, Ed, #1 troll on the internet. Everyone knows this. But I even found it crazy how in the game itself, with these crushing blows and brutalities, I mean, again, you're putting Easter eggs in there. There's things that are going to happen, and people are going to be like, how did I do that? How did I do that? How do I end up doing that? And that's such in the DNA of the company. Do you find it fun to keep on just kind of poking the bear and be like, all right, you're going to keep on guessing?
Yeah, I think it's always, I would always describe Mortal Kombat as, I want every single game, me personally, I want every single game to have a little question mark over it. You don't want everybody knowing, I know that game, I know everything about it, whatever like that. You want, I think that's intrigue, that's interest, that's just, something really cool, and it's fun, to me, as far back as putting Reptile in the very first game, and seeing people freak out about it, it's so cool, and I've never experienced it as a fan, but I know players who told me how special it was. The first time I saw him in a Pizza Hut, and and it's just that's fuel for all of us.
So you dropped a little, the thing about creating new characters, and I know that you told me that Reptile literally came on. You were inspired because you were at a KFC or something, and it just popped in your mind.
KFC,
It just popped in your mind, red, we have yellow, we have blue, let's make green, right?
Yeah, we ran out of memory for the characters. We had ninjas in there, and we turned Scorpion and Sub-Zero were just the same image, but one's yellow and one's blue. And we was like, well, why can't we have a third color? And that was literally one idea. By that afternoon, it was in the game. Didn't even mention it to anybody on the team, and let's see if anybody finds it.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Okay, I know you also love the fan service, and there's always these cult kind of ideas that almost the community drives. We ended up seeing Tremor, Scarlet.
Animalities.
Animalities.
Yeah.
So we know that there was this statue that was made and ended up being a Khrome statue. You know where I'm going here.
Right.
And then the community's like, oh, they should make a character named Khrome.
Yeah.
Is there going to be any other fan service type character that might surprise people in this year?
In this game?
Yeah.
fan service character, other than just a big character returning, that will absolutely happen.
That you haven't shown off yet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
But I don't think we're going to get something like, everybody's talking about animalities. Let's put animalities.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Khrome. Khrome is not in the game.
Oh, this is okay. This is official. We're breaking hearts here, Ed.
Yeah.
You're breaking hearts.
Exclusive right here.
I love
Khrome
that.
is not in the game.
Okay, that's very good. One thing, just because I know you're a big tech fan.
Yeah.
You and I talk tech all the time.
Absolutely.
How is just like tech advancements? We talk about the whole 10-year do-up. How has that really changed things for you? Are you amazed at what is capable today? Like, are you blown away by anything in that space?
In terms of tech outside of making games?
How about, let's say, tech that and how it contributes to your game?
Yeah, well, tech as far as it contributes to our game, every single game we have like a new technology or method of creating our graphics. This game is called photogrammetry, which is we're painting with not just textures, substances. We're painting with leather, painting with steel, painting with and our source material. It's almost in some respects a nod to how we did our first Mortal Kombat game, where we're grabbing real, our faces, our actors. We find, real people and scan their whole face. It's not a 3D modeler, sculpting a nose or sculpting face and stuff like that. It's actually real people. And we have, I'll tell you this, we have a huge surprise coming up for a face that you're going to see in Mortal Kombat. That's all I'm going to say.
Ed! So, okay, I know you
I
dropped...
haven't mentioned that to anybody else.
So it will be a character that is a recognizable face that you will eventually announce.
I'm not going to answer that question. You're inching it a little bit too much. It's what I said.
Okay, I love that. And then just finally, this game, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, even just the franchise as a whole. Anything that was a pain in the ass but rewarding that has come out of this, whether it was the smallest feature or mechanic, anything that stick out in your mind that just tortured you a little bit, but ended up like on the other side, you're like, oh, I'm so happy we got that in.
Yeah. In Mortal Kombat 9 and X, we had this feature called X-ray moves, which is like when you hit somebody, you see inside of it and you see their bone break. That took a lot of iteration to do. And in this game, a lot of our fatalities ended like this slow-mo blood explosion. And we always described it as like, we want the final image to be something that somebody would want to hang on their wall. As if you'd be a little sick if you did it. But some really cool thing. Getting that slow down, the blood, the technology to create that blood was very repetitive, very painful, but absolutely paid off. Absolutely.
Oh man, it's so gorgeous. I mean, that's the one thing that when we saw, we talked about it. We're like, those last final shots. And you feel, it's like, right, it's visceral. It's hard to, sometimes you don't want to explain it, you just, here it is.
And it makes it feel different than MK, what number are we on now?
11. You know what? That's real talk.
And so it makes it feel different from the last game. I think I love the way our fatalities end with these kind of splash moments. They're awesome.
All right. Well, Ed, thank you so much for your time as usual.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Up, man. We appreciate you.
Dude, always. Nothing but love for you, man.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure.
Very cool.